comedy clubs aren't always filled with laughs.
Like the Comedy Store's haunted, right?
What?
But Mitzi
I
would
didn't know that.
Sometimes, the stories behind the mic are darker than the jokes. From ghostly encounters...
And what I saw was...
What'd you see, dude?
I don't want to say this.
No, you have to.
To sleep paralysis torment.
The ghosts have been acting up lately.
These are the spookiest, most bone-chilling tales ever told by comedians. Starting with haunted stories of the Comedy Store and Gus the Ghost.
Well, so in the 50s, the Comedy Store used to be a club called Ciro's. And it used to be the hottest club in Hollywood, but it was run by the mob. And during the days, people would get killed in where the main room is. You've been to the Comedy Store, right? So that used to be the showroom. And there's these, if you look up on the ceiling, there's these little openings up above where people would snipe, you know what I mean, people.
Wow.
Wow.
So I guess a guy named Gus died there, right? And so one time when Carl LeBeau and Sam Kinison moved to LA from Houston, they snuck into the store to sleep because they were poor, right?
Right.
And they slept on the main room stage. And Carl LeBeau, he passed a couple of months ago, God bless him.
Yeah, I know. All right.
And LeBeau tells a story where he wakes up and he sees Sam Kinison being levitated by his foot. And he's like 3 feet off the fucking...
But Kinnison's asleep still.
Yeah, right? But here's something that I witnessed. There's a comic by the name of Pete. That's his real name. I don't want to say his last name. And he was in the belly room. He performed. Have you been in the green room in the belly room?
Yes.
Okay. So from the showroom to the green room, there's a little hallway you walk through.
Yep.
Right? This dude's like my height, right? If you look at the ceiling, it's pretty high. It's probably this high, the way the ceiling is. Pete has a good set in the belly room, walks down the hallway, and then his head hits the ceiling. He gets thrown up in the ceiling. He breaks his fucking spine.
What?
Yeah. He's now has to go through surgery for years. In fact, he sued the store and he got some sort of compensation. That's what I've never seen this guy before after this event.
Wow.
But apparently, you know what I mean? I was there downstairs, but apparently people that witnessed it, right, saw him just being thrown up there like Gus. It's Gus. In fact, me and Johnny Sanchez, who's a comedian, back in 2002, maybe 2001, we were in the parking lot at the store and we saw Gus for the first time. We both saw him. We're in the parking lot. We had dropped one of my cars off to go do a gig in Bakersfield. And when we drove back, it's 4 a.m. I'm getting my car. We're saying goodbye, whatever, right? And we both look at the window up above on the parking lot and we see a white face, a top hat, 2 hands on the window looking down on us like this. Right? And Johnny and I go, ah! Then we look at each other, we look up and he's gone.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
That's the first time I saw Gus.
Oh my God.
So I don't, if you notice, I don't stay there past midnight.
You'll leave immediately.
check
It's
it
crazy,
out.
man. Like even the ghosts are past at the Comedy Store. I'm not. I'm not past.
That was the first time. When was the second time?
I was playing the piano at 4 a.m. So it's completely dark, right? And I'm playing my own improvised little, Korean lullaby. Dang ding, dang ding, dang ding dong, ding, dang dang ding, dang ding dong, ding, dang. Stuff like that. And I look to my right and I see a yellow suit with a top hat, but from far away. You know where the entrance is? I see it coming toward me. I run out that back door, to the hallway.
Yeah.
And I come back in, it's gone. And that I believe that to be my second encounter with Gus. Gus apparently was a bodyguard or a doorman back when it was Ciro's, and he was assassinated there. And he's like a mafia hitman, his ghost, and he's angry.
I saw who I thought was Kennison. I was in the original room.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had like a 12:45 spot in the original room. I hear a voice in the main room. There's a show going on in the main room on a Saturday night. I walk up, and it's sold out. I know Mitzi's in her chair in that booth there.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
I didn't go in. I stayed in the hallway. But something, when I was looking at the comic, so the main room is that TV. I'm in the hallway. Something kept blocking the light from the belly room that was shining on the wall. So every time I would watch, something would block it. And I finally go, what the fuck is this? And I stepped back and I looked up. And what I saw was
What'd you see, dude?
I don't want to say this.
No, you have to.
What I saw was a guy look at me, but before I could see his face or what he had in his head, he threw a cape over. And he went into the belly room.
That was Gus, dude.
And
That
I
ain't no
said-
Sam Kinison.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. I finally saw my first ghost at the store. That's it, it's done. Princess Corey told me a story one day. She was on the up and up. And she told me that's the first time she told me. She goes, oh, this place is definitely fucking haunted. And I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, one night I got really fucking hammered. And I figured I'd go into the main room and fall asleep in one of the booths. She goes, I just wanted to, she goes, I figured I'd nap for an hour, sleep it off, and wake up. She goes, I was awakened to fucking ballroom music.
Wow.
Blasting in the Comedy Store.
It's creepy.
And she said she popped her head up and the whole dance, the whole main room stage was people dancing with top hats and jackets on, like just dancing. And that she got
Like
up,
The Shining
ran
style?
out. Yeah, and set the alarm off.
Whoa.
Cops came, you know, the manager at the store came at the time. She was the talent coordinator at the time. So what I saw that night, I saw.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, a ghost experience. We would have clairvoyants come in there every once in a while. Like once a year, a clairvoyant would come in and want to like try to communicate with the spirit of the place because it's a legendary haunted place. And so this clairvoyant comes and they're like, can we just walk through the building? I just want to see if I can communicate with the spirits here. And so we're walking through the building and they're doing the usual clairvoyant shit, which I'm pretty skeptical about, because it's like if you name a certain number of names, you're going to hit something. So the name stuff that they do, I don't know. I don't usually pay attention to it, like I'm sensing a William, brothers, some kind of brothers. There was a thing. And also it's a researchable building. So it's like anything you say is not going to make me feel like it's proof of something if you're in a historic building. But that's the steps going up to the belly room.
Yes.
And there's like a sign at the bottom of the steps there. So they go by that. She goes by that sign and stops. And starts being like, oh, that's when she's saying it's brothers. There's some kind of, there's something happened. She's like, dude, it's straight out of Poltergeist shit. And that was pretty weird, but pretty good act. And then that fucking sign, man, it starts going, zzz, it's reacting to her. I'd never seen that sign do that. Saw it with my own fucking eyes. Now what that was, I have no idea, but it creeped me out.
I walked into the main room by myself. Carl LeBeau, who recently passed away, Carl had the weirdest story. He got kicked out of his house. He got in a fight with his wife, and he got kicked out of his house. And he went to the Comedy Store and decided he was going to sleep on the stage in the main room. And he's like, man, I'm gonna fucking make it. I'm sleeping on this stage. She's gonna kick me out of the house, but one day I'll fucking show you. And so like he's drunk and he lays down on the stage and then he hears a door shut. And he goes, hey, it's Carl. It's me, Carl. Who is that? And then he doesn't hear shit. And then he hears chairs moving. He hears like clink, 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 clink.
Oh, God.
And he's sitting there, he's going, what the fuck is going on? And something grabs his ankle and pulls him off the stage and onto the floor. And then he hears chairs moving again, and bam, the door shuts and slams, and nothing else. There's no one in the room. He has no idea what the fuck happened.
Yes, I do believe in ghosts. Of course, I believe in ghosts. If you hadn't had one ghost experience, I don't think you're human.
I've never had one. I've never had a ghost.
You've never had one. You've had one.
I mean, seen a ghost?
Yeah, a little.
No,
I've never
not
seen
see a ghost. I mean, a ghost. How about I don't even know the right wording, but like an experience with an apparition, a ghost, a supernatural, the unknown. Like you can't explain it.
Like
right?
what's one that you've had?
My buddy Tyler, growing up, I used to sleep over at his house all the time because we would get
Smoking what was that? No, what do you Andrew? It's time to be honest at 2021.
No, we just play mini flutes.
Oh, mini flutes. Okay.
So we play mini flutes all night, and no, but his house, the people that his mother bought the house from, they died in the home. This old couple. And
Okay, natural causes in the home.
Natural causes.
Wasn't a murder suicide.
Well, they killed each other.
At 98 years old. Imagine that. 98 years old.
Murder suicide.
You're pulling out a murder suicide.
Bang bang. She's like, you'll never make it to 100. You won't either. Bang bang.
Boom.
No. So what happened was I used to sleep in the basement all the time, and upstairs was the kitchen had two galley doors. You know, galley doors that hide inside of the walls. And galley doors, you couldn't close them quietly if you tried. Everyone that has one in their home knows, or you ever grew up with one, they're like, they're so loud.
Right.
They're coming out of the wall. So I'm sleeping downstairs and I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. And the house always did have this like very ominous vibe. It was like tucked into the woods. It just always felt just very dark and shady. And you can't really see anybody around you. And so I'm tossing and turning. I can't go to sleep. And I hear the galley door to the kitchen. So I think, oh, Ty's mom must be awake like me. Like maybe she's going to get a late night snack. And I was like, I'll get some food because I'm up and I'm hungry and I couldn't sleep. So I walk upstairs and the doors are all closed. And I was like, it was seconds. That's impossible.
Right.
Like it literally couldn't have happened. There's just no way. So I go in there and I'm like, whatever. I get in the kitchen. I grab like a candy bar. I go back downstairs. I'm eating. I hear it again. And it's distinct. You know it when you know what it is. It's not like it could have been something. I know what that sound is. I have one in my house now. I hear it again. And I immediately put the candy bar down. And I'm like, Mom? Because I would call his mom, Mom. I was like, Mom. Nothing. Mom. I walk upstairs.
We'll explore that later after the story.
I called her mommy. I called her mommy. No. I walk upstairs again and the doors are all still closed. And I swear to God on my life, I was freezing cold.
Right.
I felt ice cold. And I'm sure that's just anxiety. It's all in my mind.
But freezing cold.
Oh, dude, I was freezing. It was freezing cold. And I was like,
give you a blanket.
I wanted someone to wrap me up. But I swear to God, it felt just so ominous that it was like someone was toying with me. It couldn't have been his mother because her room, to get back to her room, she could have never made it there all the way down the back hallway.
Right.
Without me seeing her because I walked right upstairs afterwards. So I was freezing cold and then I went downstairs and the rest of the night I just stared at the stairwell and all I was waiting for was to see something or feel something, but I just couldn't sleep. My brain was just staring at this ominous. It just felt so like something was happening, but I just couldn't go back up there then.
So do you believe that it was
like I didn't see anything, but the feeling was disgusting. I couldn't even tell you what it was.
What's your spooky tale?
Spooky tale? Dude, so last night I wake up, it's 3:00 in the morning.
No. That's the scariest hour.
Pretty scary, dude.
Isn't that the witching hour?
Yeah, dude. Witching hour. I'm up. Maya wakes up. Pretty standard stuff. So I go down. You do the thing where like sometimes they put themselves back to sleep, which is nice because they do sometimes. You're like, yes, and then some.
Well, you hear them cry and then they pass
go
back
like,
out.
and they pass back out.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes. So I'm laying there. I'm playing the monitor, sitting there like laying, chilling.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get like 2 minutes of quiet. You're like right on, and all of a sudden it's you're like fuck. So I go downstairs. It's spooky as hell. I go down, lay with her for a little bit. Kind of fall asleep a little bit. She passes out. I go. And I'm building this all up because when I disrupt my sleep during the witching hour and go back to bed around like 4:30, it's sleep paralysis time. Almost every time.
Oh, man.
Dude. But I like it. I'm a sicko, dude.
Yeah, but what type of sleep paralysis are we talking? Visions?
No, here's what happens to me. So I don't pull myself out of it. I know it's coming because when I'm laying there, it goes, I get these like, and like I can't explain it, but it doesn't. It's not like a brain shock or brain zap, but it's like it's just like sensation that like goes. It'll happen, and then like a minute later, it'll happen again. It starts going faster and faster, and eventually I enter the sleep paralysis tunnel where it's like, I'm fucked up. I used to get scared, and I'd pop myself up out of that. Lately, I've been going into it.
Yes.
Let me tell you, that was a spooky experience, dude.
What happened?
So whenever I go into sleep,
spooky skeletons sending shivers down your spine.
Yes, dude, this is what happens. Whenever when you first go into the sleep paralysis, it's nothing but like the spookiest shit possible. I went into it and it was just like, and you see like the scary shit. And I was like, I can't breathe, and I'm just laying there, just like, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, thank God I woke up. I'm still dreaming.
What type of stuff did you see?
Just like I always see like scary figures.
Now this is in your room, correct?
This is eyes closed.
In a dream.
I'm completely. It's like my eyes are closed. I can't open my eyes. I can't move. Like scary face. Like those masks people put on. There's like a big scary.
Yeah.
It's like shit like that. Scary faces and like it's like weird figures. This is all with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And I have opened my eyes before and seen it in my room for a second. More so like the shadow figures.
Shadow figures are the
scary guys.
Spookiest.
I see them in 3. I always have 3
that's a very common thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you know that was common?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You see
the
him in
one
3?
guy in the documentary sees 3.
Really?
Usually one guy's wearing like a top hat.
Yes, dude. And it's fucking big square shoulders,
scary
top
is that?
hat, dude. So I'm
Isn't that
sitting there.
spooky that I knew that the guy in your dream wore a fucking hat?
That is fucked
Isn't
up.
that fucking scary?
That was the first time I woke up and was in my room but hallucinating with sleep paralysis, that was the Hat Man. That was with his 2 fucking minions, dude.
His 2 minions right on either side of him.
Yeah, man. It's so scary.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's got to be fucking...
But see, that's the thing. It's not... So, like, if you want to talk about, like, it's some weird thing that's deep in every human that it's like, we're all scared of snakes. This is what we think about. Why the fuck would it be wearing a hat? Hats are relatively new when it comes to human evolution and our brain.
Yeah, probably epigenetics.
But like top hats are pretty new.
Yeah, dude.
That's not something our ancestors would have also thought of.
So for some reason, dudes in top hats with two boys.
3 bros coming right at you.
3 bros, one
of them's
top
clearly
hat.
the boss.
2 without. So I'm laying there, dude. I go with it. I'm like, all right, cool. I get inception to where I'm like, oh, that was weird. Thank God I woke up. But then what happens is I'm like, the thing rattles me so much that I lose my bearings. So I wake up and I'm walking around my room and I'm like, man, I can't use my feet that well. And I'm like, the fuck's going on? And like, and now I'm in like a totally different place. I don't realize I'm dreaming. I'm just walking around like a different house and there's like 3 kids in a bed. And I was like, hey guys. And they were just completely different kids. And they were like, ah. And I was like, oh shit. And I start getting like super confused. Like, where the fuck am I? And I'm walking around. It was that. And I'd wake up. Oh, thank God I'm awake. And I'd walk out of my room and back into some weird setting. I did this like 5 times last night. It was like 5 successive dreams. And then finally Brittany tapped me with her foot. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm in my room.
Well, you must have been.
Bro, I was fugged. I'm sorry. It's kind of cool though, because when you finally come back, dude, it's like wake up dream, and you get like really disoriented. And when you come back to, I had a glow all morning. I was just like, man, this is great. You're so happy to be back
in life.
You're happy to be back, dude, in this dimension.
It's the first night, and I'm sleeping there. I'm trying to sleep. I can't sleep. I think I was going through a breakup at the time. I had a lot on my mind, but I was very keen to the idea that there was like a presence or something in the room. It just seemed like there was something in the room, and it was freaking me out, and I couldn't sleep. This is ridiculous. You're being crazy. It's just because it's a huge room.
Sometimes you even talk to yourself out loud. I do that.
Yeah. You're in a huge room. You're going through an emotional time. There's no ghost in the room. And I'm just like, I feel like something's in here. But I've never felt like that. I don't scare very easily with stuff like that. You know, I'm a big horror fan. Like, I was like, this is weird. I've never experienced this before.
Something unsettling.
Exactly. So then the next day, I wake up and I go downstairs to the front desk, and I'm going to go out and get breakfast or whatever. And I'm looking at so they have the rack of the things in the hotel of like the pamphlets of
where to go.
And then I noticed
like explore the caves or go on a fan boat ride. Yeah.
And then I noticed they have pamphlets for the hotel history, and I pick one up, and the first thing I say is famously haunted.
The hotel you're in.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, man. Wow. That's weird.
So that is the extent. You felt something. You felt uneasy. You felt weird. You felt a presence. You chalked it up to whatever. Then the next day you realized that you were in a haunted hotel.
Yeah. And I didn't know that beforehand.
Wow.
But that was the only time that's ever happened to me.
I'm laying in my bed. I'm watching TV, and I have my pillow here, and I haven't just laid down. So it's like I wasn't like going right to bed, but I guess like the TV light was bothering me, and I remember like I pulled the blanket up to like this much. So I'm just like laying there, and it was only like a matter of a couple of minutes. I was wide awake, and I thought I heard someone say something. Now, here's nothing. My door to my bedroom was closed.
Okay.
I always close my door.
You're positive it was closed?
I'm positive it was closed, and 100% positive. I close it every night. I also close the door whenever I take a shower, and I also lock the door when I take a shower because of murderers and killers. So I'm not sure if it was locked, but it was closed. And I pulled it up, and I thought I heard someone say something. Not the TV. As a matter of fact, I had lowered the TV right before. The TV was very low, if not muted, and I was like getting ready for bed. And so I didn't shut it yet because I still like the glow a little bit for me to fall asleep. So I thought I heard someone, like one person, not like TV, like a person say a couple of sentences. And I'm just like, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, maybe I didn't lower the TV all the way. But then I heard the door.
Okay.
And I'm like, but I wasn't really like, I'm just laying there, just like, not really thinking. I didn't like hear it like slam open. I just heard movement.
Right. And then
And then I just felt like somebody was in the room. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt it.
Right.
I heard some words. I felt movement, and I felt like I maybe heard someone walking. It was carpeted, but you just felt it. And I didn't think anything of it. Like I didn't think certainly I was going to be attacked by a ghost or anything like that or anything. I didn't know what I was. But then a moment later, I really did feel like someone was standing above me. I don't know how to explain it, but my hand, this hand, since it was the only thing not under the covers. And I'm telling you right now. So someone then went like this, held my hand. Something, I don't know what. I felt my hand get grabbed. And then it was being held, and then it got squeezed a little, and then squeezed a little more, and squeezed a little more.
No.
I swear to God. To the point where I felt this kind of pressure on my hand.
This, by the way, this is real pressure. Like he's like squeezing your hand.
That's what I felt on my hand. So, in my head...
You're paralyzed with fear now.
Paralyzed. And this all happened, I would say, in a matter of 20 seconds. But... in my head, the first thing I thought of, again, super fast, was, okay, someone's holding me now. So what I just thought I heard someone say something or walk in here is true. And they are standing above me, and they're trying to see if I'm sleeping or not. I didn't think it was a ghost. I thought it was a home invasion.
Right.
And I said, I have to make sure that I'm awake right now and I'm not dreaming this. And I was. I was like, I am... breathing. I'm looking around. I am awake right now.
This is real.
The pressure on my hand is getting even more, and I think what this person is testing me to see if I get up. And who knows? They might stab me, club me, shoot me, or I don't know what's going to happen. But what I did was not react to the squeezing, and I just made like I was still sleeping. And I said, "What am I going to do right now?"
Right.
And it let go, and I said, the only chance I have right now, if this person is standing above me, is if I surprise them and jump up and be ready to fight for my life.
Right.
I'm thinking this under the covers.
Yeah.
And
in milliseconds.
Milliseconds. I said, I'm awake. I'm 100% awake. I know I'm awake. I know I'm being squeezed right now. I thought I heard something. I guess someone's standing above me. It's either I might get killed right now. That's what I thought. And I just was, fight or flight thing. And I just was like, I had to count to 3 right now, and I'm going to jump up and fight for my life.
Right.
And I even had the idea to get into the closet because I had a little Yankee bat in the closet that I kept that they give out on like bat day.
Right.
I had like a Yankee bat in the closet. I knew it was there, and I'm like, I'm going to just fight and I'll go for the bat. And I counted to 3, and I said, I'm going to swipe the covers off and in one motion stand. And I just went 1, 2, 3, and I went, I threw the covers off me. I leaped up, and I'm on my bed, and nobody was there. Nobody was there, and my door was closed. And I was like, yo, hey, babe, this.
Yeah.
And my TV was on, and I flipped the light on, and I was like, did they walk back out? And I got the bat. I swung the door open, and I just screamed and ran inside. My door was locked. My lights were off. Nobody was in my house. Nobody. So what I did was I went into the living room, turned every light on, and stayed up for the entire night after that.
Of course.
Because I was like, if this is a ghost, it was a ghost, I guess. I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't know what it was. Spirit, I don't know. I put it this way. I don't know what it was, but that happened to me.
Are you a haunted guy?
Yeah.
Or you are?
The house we lived in when I was born in Connecticut was haunted.
Really?
My mom was like, it was haunted. My mom used to work, when she was in college, she worked at the hotel that The Shining is based off of in Colorado. And she would like...
Jesus, she
We're
worked
gonna have
out
to
there?
sage this place
Where they
after
filmed
you
it?
It was the exterior shots were filmed there. It's the Stanley. I think it's the Stanley
Holy
Hotel.
shit.
And my mom worked at the restaurant, and she said she would close up for the night and be opening for breakfast. And she would close, and she would come back into the hotel, and all the chairs would be on the tables. And not like porters didn't do that. It would be like upside down and weird, and they'd be stacked. And she'd be like, and she said the hotel staff was like, yeah, it's haunted. Like the Stanley's like very haunted.
And your house that you were born in.
So my grandma
probably attached to her.
Yeah, they probably globbed on.
Probably been following around this whole time.
Well, this was like
That's how he got stuck with me.
He's been dead for 80 years.
You see him? You used the whole time. You go, you can see that guy?
He used to be a Catskills comedian back in the day.
Let me get a smoke.
So my mom, the house that I lived in when I was a baby, my grandma came to visit from San Francisco, my dad's mom. And my dad was a bartender, so he'd get home late at night. And our guest room was like on the main floor, which was like you'd come in the garage, and then in the garage there was a bedroom, and then the stairs up to like the kitchen and shit. Because it was like a ranch style upstairs, but then the basement. And my grandma was like, "Well, yeah, you came home last night at like 1 in the morning." He's like, "I wasn't home till 3 in the morning," and she was like, "Oh, well, the lights were going on and off, and you were walking up and down the stairs." And my dad was like, "That wasn't me." And my mom was like, "Yeah, that was pretty common in her house. You would like hear it. You would like hear something walking up and down the steps, and you go look, and there'd be nothing there."
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
And so
dude.
I'm like, yeah, this, it makes sense. I don't know. I feel like we don't know enough about the world to be like ghosts aren't real, but I don't know if I wouldn't be surprised if they aren't real and I'm dumb.
What would
Let's
you
just put
see
it
at
like
your
that.
dad's house with Jimmy?
Oh, dude, shit would move. Shit would move in a way that you're
That
like,
was the ducks.
yeah, or tough cat.
You got a motorized bed sheet flying around.
I was fucking with the kid, but like I remember like a door opened and slammed shut, and both my dad and Jim were asleep, and I was sleeping on the couch, and it like didn't open like the wind opened it. It opened like whoop, bam, and I was like, oh shit.
Dude, I would have been fucked. First of all,
I went back to my grandma's. I think that was like the night or two before I was like, yeah, I'm going to go stay at Nana's. I don't want to sleep here anymore.
I'm getting up that night.
I didn't sleep that night. I honestly fell asleep at like 7 in the morning. And my dad woke up and I was like, the door slammed. He goes, no, that happens. And you're like, what's this casual
how about
behavior?
a fucking heads up?
Yeah. You want to tell your child, your 12-year-old boy, where mystical shit happens to kids all the time? It was wild, dude.
So, I always wanted to live in Los Feliz, right? Yeah. So I fell out of escrow on a house that was up there. And then, we're driving. This guy's driving. It's like 2 hours on fucking, because I'm working in Santa Monica. And I looked on Trulia, and there's a house, perfect fucking Los Feliz, like a perfect house. Like you go, oh my God. Call this lady. I said, hey, Brooke, can you get me in there? She calls. She goes, tomorrow we're in there at 1 o'clock. I said, there's nothing earlier? No. She goes, George, they have it like every 15 minutes with a 15-minute break. Like everybody wants this house. So I said, oh, fuck, then why even go? She goes, hey, just go look. So I go in there, beautiful pool thing that's in there. Then you go upstairs, come down. The guy goes, what do you think? And I said, Dad, it's great. And he goes, you want it? And I said, what do you mean? Do I want it? Like, what about all these fucking? He goes, hey, I'll call the guys that own it. Call the owner. He's a doctor. He goes, he's a huge fan of yours. So I said, hey, guess who's in your house? And he said, oh, fucking George. He goes, hey, tell him if he gives me the full price, he can have it. And there's like 50 fucking offers.
Wow.
So I paid the full price and I got it. And then, you do some work to it. And in the fireplace, so my name is George because I was born on April 23rd, and at the General Hospital over there, my mom wanted to name me Anastasio, who they thought my father was, and my grandmother's like, fuck him. You're not naming that motherfucker somebody that disappeared. So my grandmother goes, what's today? Tells the nurse, what's today? April 20, what's the day? It's St. George Day. So she goes, George, Edward, St. George. And I told the dude that the contractor, I said, hey man, can you fucking clean those fireplaces out? Because they look like they haven't been cleaned in forever. And when he calls me back, he goes, hey, when you get home, look in the fireplace because there's a conquistador tile in there. And it's a tile of St. George from the 1920s. So you almost feel like it's not St. Christopher. It's not, the Virgen of Guadalupe. It's a fucking St. George tile from the 20s. So I made the mistake of calling people, especially one who had just recently passed. And that's when a lot of the activity came, a lot of the banging and a lot of the orbs and a lot of the bullshit. But then it was in the hallway. I'll show you a fucking video. There's a fucking person in the reflection of a picture that's moving in the thing.
Oh my God.
But I took a picture, like I felt, you can see kind of a shadow. I'm gonna show it to you, but you can see the shadow.
Okay.
So when I'm in bed now, all of a sudden, there's more things happening. More, like you're like, fucking God, I feel like fucking somebody's over there. So now it started to happen on the right side of where the bathroom's over there, and I would go like this, and I'm like, so I took a video of that right side of my bedroom, and I didn't see any orbs or anything, but in the picture, not a mirror, the picture, I see this square, and I go, what the fuck is that? And then I pull it open, and it's a fucking green face. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God. It's a green face.
I said, I hired this lady to come and fucking take him out, and she did.
How was she?
Would you say take out the green guy?
She no, they know fucking yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Wait, is
No,
it-
hey, the green guy's gone. The fucking dude hanging out of the mist is gone.
Yeah.
There was some crazy.
I have questions.
Yeah.
Now, did we do the cleansing in the hippie way or the Catholic way?
I think they did it the hippie way.
With the sage, because that
Yeah.
shit don't work. You
Well,
gotta fucking.
They're on their way. I'm sure they're on their way back.
Babe.
But no. Listen, I know they're on their way back. But
babe.
But when you see that, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
I was ghost hunting in England at this place called the Ancient Ram Inn. It's like 1,000 years old. We're sitting around like this barrel, right? And there's supposed to be like a lot of fucking like evil at this place. And the guy who owns it was like, I don't recommend it, but if you want something to happen, like provocation usually works. Like be an asshole. I don't do that shit. I don't want anything being mad at me.
Yeah.
So we're sitting around this table, nothing's happening. We have like a little it's a super basic tool to use, a little cat ball, right? Little light up ones. And the idea is that they only go off when you touch them. So we sit it in the middle of this barrel. When nothing's happening, my friend goes, all right, we're gonna start being mean. So there's like 5 of us. And they're all going around the table. You fucking asshole, you pussy, bitch. It gets around to me, and I just go, yeah, you dookie head. Because I don't want anything to be actually mad at me. This ball then does a controlled roll around the barrel. Not like bumping into a table and it rocks back and forth. It's like a controlled roll for a couple of seconds.
Doesn't that freak you out?
Freak me the fuck out for sure. On cue, when the last person says something mean, that happens. It's a bit coincidental.
It's theater ghosts are some of my favorites.
In theaters?
When you go perform in these theaters and you talk to the people, I always ask, do you have a ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was a little boy, I was in, where was I? Oshkosh. And there was an old theater, and the guy who runs the theater said, there's legendary, they keep talking about, there's like 3 ghosts in the thing, and they're having a cocktail party upstairs in this like cocktail lounge off the balcony. And his son, this guy's son, ran into the balcony, and he's talking with people. He goes, I got to go get him. And he goes in there, and the kid's leaning over the balcony, talking to the stage, having a conversation with someone. He's like, yeah, no, this is my dad. What? He wants us to go down there. Who wants us to go? That guy. He wants us to go down there. There's no one down.
You said something happened to you at the Rainbow Room here in LA, and I actually had something weird. So I want to hear your story, and I'm going to share something that happened to me.
I've shared this story previously, and other people have also written in whatever about the Rainbow Room specifically. So apparently, a lot of stuff is going on there.
I mean, I know the Comedy Store is supposed to be paranormal activity. We hang out there a lot, but I didn't know about the Rainbow Room being one of the. I've been there a bunch. I didn't know it being a haunted spot.
I was there. This was like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago now. And I was there. I had a show at the Comedy Store. So I was just, my wife and I and my agent were having like an early dinner, like a 5 o'clock dinner down at the Rainbow Room. And so it's pretty dead. It's like, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday. And we get there a little early. It's just my wife and I. We're waiting for Joe to show up. While we're waiting, I have to go use the bathroom, and then the bathroom's on the 2nd floor, and it's that little tiny bathroom. It's like you walk in, no more than 2 urinals, right when you walk in, they're right in front of you, sink right there when you walk in, and I think just 1 stall on the left. So I go up there, it's dead. There were 2 people coming down the stairs when I went up. They did give me like a weird vibe, but so I was definitely a little bit of a different headspace. I'm like, what was that dude's energy? Felt weird. Just could be just some weirdo LA guy. And but I go in the bathroom. Nobody else is in the bathroom. As I'm using the urinal, I notice the hot water is on full blast in the sink. And I just thought that was weird because that's something I would notice walking in.
Mm-hmm.
And my personality, I would just turn it off. Like I know I would turn it off if I saw that. And what I thought was really unusual was there's steam coming up from the sink. And again, the way my brain works, I'm like, well, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Like you can't have your water that hot. Someone's going to scald themselves and they're going to come after you. So I'm having these thoughts. Finish using the bathroom, go shut off the hot water. or adjust, so I can wash my hands. And then I'm like, man, that was really hot. And I wanted to see if I could recreate it. I'm like, I'm just surprised that they would let the water get so fucking hot that steam would come off. So I put only the hot water on. I must have waited 30 seconds. It won't get anywhere near that hot. And so that just feels weird. And it was just a weird kind of energy in the bathroom too. Started with that guy coming down the stairs, but it just still feels off. So I go downstairs and go back to our booth. And when the waitress comes by, I was like, hey, I've literally never asked somebody in my life this question. And I go, so sorry if it seems super weird, but is this place haunted? And she was like, without hesitation, she's like, oh yeah, super haunted. And I go, well, I was just upstairs in the bathroom. And then she stops me and she goes, and the hot water turned on by itself.
Come on.
And that gave me the chills. And because apparently then she says that's like a regular thing, one of numerous things that happens there. And so then I get chills now. So it wasn't like this huge thing. I didn't see some shadowy figure, didn't hear a disembodied voice. But for the life of me to this day, I can't figure out how that would happen other than the paranormal, where it's like, why would she know that? Why is that a regular thing? And nobody was in the bathroom messing with me. Like there was no one else there. So I was trying to think
it's so small you would know for sure.
I would know.
Yeah.
And a few people I've told this story to were like, well, maybe they mess with the plumbing somehow downstairs. And I'm like, I know enough about plumbing. That's not a thing. Like you don't have some extra secret valve downstairs that overrides.
And it's also
the sink.
not the waitress or whatever saying, no, you're the first person to ever say this.
Right.
You didn't even need to tell her what you were saying.
The weird feeling, seeing that happen, her saying that all together, I'm like, there's something here.
Your house is 100% haunted.
I could feel it. Whenever I visit your house.
The first time I went over to your house, I think I was going to like get something out of the garage. And I was helping set up for the party with Kalila, and I went down there and it was and I thought I heard someone talk to me. And I turned around and I was like, what?
Oh my God, here we go.
And nobody was there. And then I sat for, when you just like stay still for a second because you're like waiting for it to happen again. And like quietly, I heard, if you're gay, I kill everybody. And I was like, Bobby's dad?
Yeah. If you're a gay, I kill everybody. Incredible.
I said, thank you, Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
I'm not gay.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.